Hello vlog. So classes are in full swing. I have 3 today. I have like 1 day off a week, maybe sometimes I don't. My schedule's so inconsistent and very busy. But that being said, I like accidentally lied in the last vlog. At the end of the last vlog, I didn't mean to. I'm sure there's no need to investigate whatever that was, but I didn't mean to. I just said that I was starting The Darkest Part of the Forest, and then I decided not to because, listen, Emily Wilde's 3 was right about to come out. I think it actually came out today, but because I'm so busy today, I can't get down to Waterstones before it closes. I will go tomorrow and get that, and I will be starting that instead because I'm still also reading tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. And maybe a Midsummer's Night's Dream. I was thinking I'm reading a short book on Hoopla as well. It's kind of what I read before sleep. And I'm not really talking about it for no reason other than it's just not good. It's just a silly, like, I hate to say silly, that's kind of mean. It's like a paranormal, no, not paranormal. Maybe it's considered paranormal romance? I don't know what it's considered. No, is a merman a paranormal creature? I don't know, but it's just like the writing, it's not the best. And I'm only reading it to tire myself out when I really can't sleep. Either way, I have a few books that I'm reading, and so I didn't start The Darkest Part of the Forest because I will be starting Emily Wilde's 3 tomorrow. Emily Wilde's Compendium something, the Compendium of Lost Tales? I don't know. I don't think I said any of that right, actually, but I will update when I have it. My arm is shaking. I did an arm workout yesterday. I'm heading to Waterstones to get Emily Wilde's 3 to be exact. I am going to vlog while reading it, but I'm not going to be talking. I don't know how much I'm going to be talking about it, like, in detail, because I do want to do a scripted review of the whole series. We'll see. I'm obsessed with these gloves because I have little hands and they are too big. And so, like, proportionally, they just make my hands look too big. I had to step out of the fantasy section because I was gonna get too much. It's so close to you. Were you gonna ask?
Oh. It's embarrassing. Well, if you want to see my bookshelf next video, thumbs up this video.
So please tell the audience what you're mad about.
So I got this book.
What you told me you wanted to talk about.
In the song Can't Hold Us, the lyrics on Spotify, the part where he goes that part.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
More.
It's written as Mackle more on the lyrics, and that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not pleased about that.
So this is my book, Vampires of El Norte.
It's actually on my list. Let me get my book that I got. Because Emily Wilde's wasn't there. We saw it, like, on the back shelves. Like, people had it on hold, I guess. But they didn't have it out for people to sell. They were like, we're getting a shipment in a couple days, I guess. But I'm going to see some other indie bookstores and see. But I can't vlog in there because then you will know where I live, and that's not okay.
And it was one person who bought 2 copies.
Yes. Actually, I saw another one. But I did get a book because I told myself a while ago that I was going to get this book when I got Emily Wilde's, but I didn't get Emily Wilde's, but I got this book anyway. What do you hate?
No. I don't want to put them on blast.
So I got Gideon the Ninth. It's been heavily recommended to me by them specifically, but also other people. And by other people, I mean I've just seen good reviews of it. So it's mostly been recommended by you. But I'm excited to read it. It is on my list if you follow me on Instagram of one of the 25 books I want to read in 2025. So obviously it made sense for me to get it. That was very charismatic.
Thank you. Can I borrow it?
Yeah.
So I really like this book, but I did have trouble because there are quite a few characters. Wink for the fans.
Wink for the fans.
And so they list all the houses and stuff.
Oh.
And the characters, and they're all named after the number, so it's like you can figure it out if you need to.
Okay.
But if they also refer to each other with nicknames quite a bit, so I had to keep looking back.
Because I saw the Ninth House and I wondered if that was like, because isn't there a book called Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo?
There is.
And I was wondering if that was like a endorsement when I flipped through and saw Ninth House.
If you go in at the back of the book, there's a bunch of like, I guess they're called intelligence files. There's a part in my copy, at least I assume this. Yeah, they have pronunciation guides for the names, but they also some of them have explanations for the names, but they do include some spoilers or like hints at spoilers.
I have read other fantasy books that have pronunciation guides, but not as much of explanations.
I thought it's a lot of like, and this number means 9. But it's good.
And it's really helpful. Yeah, so really successful day, except didn't get the book I went out for. But I'm gonna keep searching, which is, it's just like, I literally put off starting Darkest Part of the Forest because I was like, I'm gonna read Emily Wilde's 3. But I still have other books I'm in the middle of that I'll read. Mm-hmm. Am I against Valentine's Day in the sense that it's a consumerist holiday and therefore goes against everything I stand for? Yes, but like, I also love pink and hearts, so I did wear a cute Valentine's outfit. Okay, my Valentine's Day outfit, what? It actually changed because I'm going to see a Midsummer's Night's Dream, but I do have heart earrings. And these ones are pink. Basically, I put on this strawberry dress I have, and I knew I wore it in vlogs last summer. And I put a jumper over it. It makes it look kind of bulky, but I don't really care because I want to be warm. And I don't know, I think it looks kind of cute. And even though, like I said, I have heart dresses, I did put on the strawberry one for A Midsummer Night's Dream, kind of fairy-like, you get it. Maybe. I guess I'm just a fashion person now. Another quick fit check. I thrifted this jumper, and I think the rest is probably from Vinted, but that's okay. But I have to be really fast with this. I have to go meet friends. This is my second attempt to find Emily Wilde's 3. I did look at the Waterstones app, and it does look like it should be in stock, but I will keep you updated. Okay, so I've had a bit of a reading day today, and a little bit last night. I actually meant to go read at the library today, because I went to return a book, and sometimes being in a flat building with people in their 20s, it can be quite loud in here, but it wasn't that loud today, and I wanted to be able to eat and read, so I just went home and read. And last night I started Emily Wilde's 3, because for some reason I can't ever pronounce the title of that book correctly. Compendium of Lost Tales, I believe is what it's called. I either can't remember it or I can't pronounce it, but I think I just did it, so I just contradicted myself, but we can pretend that I didn't. But I started that last night. I love Wendell. I love this world. Emily is also a great character. Snowbell is already back. I can't wait to see where that story goes. Another story I can't wait to see where it goes is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I'm not that far into it. I haven't been enjoying the writing style and the characterization so far. I'm learning a little bit more about Sadie, and I've already been introduced to Sam. And I think Sam, if you have any sort of like mental illness or neurodivergency that causes you to kind of fall into more negative thought patterns or be a bit presumptuous and spiral sometimes, I think Sam would be relatable. Not that I think main characters or characters at all need to be relatable to readers, because I do like to step into different people's stories. Like, I don't think Sadie's not very relatable to me. And Emily Wilde, I talked about when I was vlogging myself reading the first 2, being relatable to neurodivergent readers in some ways. Again, I don't really relate to her all that much, but that I like a character that I don't relate to as well. I just like strong characterization. In summation, that's what I'm trying to say here, whether they're relatable or not. I've been enjoying the characterization in both of these books. So this vlog might get a little bit confusing because of the fact that I'm reading 2 books, which I'm always reading multiple books. I'm trying to get better about not doing that, but I just happened to start these books around the same time, and I just kind of read them. Like, I like to read Emily Wilde's before bed, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I tend to carry this around with me, and sometimes I'll read it like before class, or I'm waiting between classes, or if I'm in the library. But today I did read it at home, which is like not what I normally do with this book. And also that's why I'm not that far into it, because when I'm out, I tend to just read a couple pages at a time. but this has allowed me to get further into it, and I will probably finish Emily Wilde's first. Either way, I'm going to be talking about both the books, whether or not I finish them both in this vlog, because I'm going to try to get this vlog up before the end of February. We will see. But either, yeah, I just already kind of explained that my vlogging styles right now is just like being a reader in grad school. I've been talking about my outfits a lot lately, but I guess I've just kind of gotten into fashion. This is one of my favorite current outfits of mine. I love the butterfly clips, and it reminds me of childhood, not just because of the butterfly clips, which I said butterfly weird at first, and this Hello Kitty tennis shirt, but just because it's like reminding me of Y2K kind of Avril Lavigne style. Like I'm a skater girl, if a skater girl didn't know how to skateboard. But this is one of my favorite looks right now, because it's cute, it's sporty, which is my style, is like Y2K but sporty, but it's also comfortable, and sometimes I just want to be comfortable. This is all from Vinted. Secondhand is how I shop. Okay, I also put in earrings. It's important that you see that. I keep filming on days where like I don't really sleep. Like I'll have days where I sleep a lot and I look refreshed and awake and feel refreshed and awake, more importantly. And then I don't vlog because I do a lot of, because I get more done. Probably because I get more done those days. Or not even get more done, I just go out and do more stuff, I guess, even though I still have to go out and do stuff when I have stuff. Anyway, so I have read more, and I'll talk more about that a bit later, because I do want to read a bit more. I do think I'm probably going to finish tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow first before Emily Wilde's. I'm going to take slowly. That's kind of like my before bed read. I will take the time to talk more about those books probably tomorrow, because I just wanted to quickly chat. Just wanted to do a quick update. And also, I was thinking about like how I'm reading multiple books, and I'm trying to, just because of how busy I am with school, only read one book at a time. So after this, I'm probably gonna only read one book at a time. But if being in the middle of 2 books or even 3 books, I actually have finished a book, which I will talk about later. I have finished a book. In my lifetime, I have finished a book, but I meant recently, as in within the past week. But I was thinking about how for some people it's reading one book at a time, or they prefer to read multiple books at a time, whatever people like to do. And I was just thinking, people think it's a lot that I oftentimes am reading more than one book. Just wait until you hear how many TV shows I'm currently in the middle of. I'll list them. Watching Pushing Daisies with a friend, Severance with a friend. I'm watching Succession. My friends got me to start Doctor Who. I don't know what's going on with that noise, as if you can hear it. So, hold on. Pushing Daisies, Doctor Who, Succession, Severance. I'm also watching the new season of Love is Blind, because that is like the reality show that has, for some reason, been my go-to. I can't stop watching it. It's a train wreck. These people drive me nuts. Some of the things they say, I can't say things. People will get mad at me. But other than that, I'm also watching Downton Abbey. I've really liked Downton Abbey. I started it because a friend recommended it. And I was a little bit surprised by how much I liked it. Like, I like period pieces. I just finished the Decameron, and I like the Decameron. But I was surprised because the way it was sold to me was like, nothing happens, but like, you can't stop watching. And that's literally what it's been. I have it, like, I'm hooked. I was surprised by how hooked I am by like the littlest plots, like drama with a typewriter. It's a good show. It's a good show, and I need to get through these shows. It's not essential, but it is. I also have a long list of films, and I'm watching a lot more films and ranking the films I've watched this year. And I do think maybe, even though this is a bookish channel, when I talk about my top books of the year, I might also at the end of the year make a video talking about where I've ranked all the films I've watched this year. Because I've had a long list for a while that I've kept adding to, so now I'm trying to really get through that list, and I have found some gems that I really loved that might end up being one of my favorite movies of all time, you know what I mean? And then I've watched some ones that I wasn't thrilled with, and was like, well, But hey, it was still of an experience. But anyway, if you'd be interested in that video of me making a video ranking all the films I've watched this year, let me know. Even though this is Bookish channel, just a one-off thing. So I am going to go through my TBR to make this a little bit more bookish than it has been. But before I do that, I wanted to talk about this one book that's been on my TBR for a while. I'm going to be kind of vague. My friend and I have been talking recently about loving ambiguity. I love ambiguity. And I guess being vague and talking this isn't technically ambiguity, but I'm still going to use the word because I like it. And I also had to pause for a second because you might be hearing some noises, but that was ominous. It's just people living and existing. Anyway, what I want to talk about with this book is it's been on my TBR for a while, and now I'm kind of wary to read it because the author recently posted them changing part of one of their books because of audience response to it, because of things they were reading on social media. And I just believe that when you are a creator, an artist of any kind, and you are publishing your works in any capacity, you have to be mindful of how you're interacting with your audience. Me personally, even though I'm a smaller creator, I do I respond to comments because as a smaller creator, I like to do that. If I were getting more comments, I probably wouldn't. I also don't respond very quickly and don't always respond to comments. I definitely don't respond to hate comments because I don't believe in giving them that attention. But that being said, if my audience were asking me to do something or preferring if I did something and it wasn't what I believed in doing or what I wanted to do, I think it's important that because at the end of the day, it's your work, and if you liked how it was done, it's just also the context of what had happened, and it has to do with ambiguity, and because the audience's interpretation was wrong, they changed it. And that's just something that, with me as a reader, I don't necessarily agree with, because like I said, I love ambiguity. And I also think if you, as the creator, thought the intention was clear, personally, I wouldn't change it. That's just how I feel, so it makes me a little bit nervous to read their work. I probably still will, but it does change how my TBR is currently. And also, it's just me as a reviewer, I used to not be as forthcoming in my opinions about books because I was worried about the possibility of the authors seeing them. And I just feel like if it is clearly a possibility that authors are seeing what people are saying on social media and then changing their work, that makes me a little bit uncomfortable, because I think you have to be stronger in your convictions. And wow, I don't mean to come for them like this. There was something about it that just rubbed me the wrong way because of, I'm just showing you my desk. The way I'm holding my phone, my arm is shaking. It just rubbed me the wrong way because I consider myself a creator, not even just with these videos, but I do a lot of creative works outside of this. And I write things, not books, but still, and I like to keep things open to interpretation. So just all of it, it was something that I disagree with, but I'm trying not to let it stop me from reading the book at all. I just don't think it's gonna be soon on my TBR. I think I need a minute. Okay, also, I started knitting another scarf, and sometimes when I'm in class, I'd love to just be able to knit, but some of my classes are so small. One of them is 8 of us sitting around a table, so knitting would be super distracting, I think, but it is one of my favorite, it is, I think, probably my favorite class. We did spend the last 10 minutes of it last time over analyzing The Lion King. I wouldn't call it over analyzing, because you know me, you know how much I love analyzing media to every little detail. So that was very enjoyable for me, so much so that I went home and I was so invested in this, I made a PowerPoint dissecting it some more. So you can see why I like that class. But regardless, I don't know. I know in some courses people do knit. I just feel like I can in my courses. But that's okay.
So my TBR, after I finish Emily Wilde and tomorrow, which I am going to do soon, I think the next is Darkest Part of the Forest. I talked about this before. I really want to read this next, and I think I am going to, because I'm really trying to get back into fantasy. Not like I fell out of it, just I was reading a lot of other stuff, and I have really liked literary fiction lately. Pretty much every literary fiction book that I've read, I've enjoyed. Which hasn't been many, but still, so probably gonna give more of those chances as well. But because I wasn't liking a lot of the other stuff I was venturing into, I am going to do straight back into fantasy like Emily Wilde. I'm really enjoying. This is a great calf exercise to be standing on my tiptoes this entire time. I'm also on a chair. Don't tell my mom, she'd say that's dangerous. This is Holly Black, and y'all know I love Holly Black, so I'm very excited to read this. I'm loving Emily Wilde, but it's really making me miss fantasy. And Faye especially, I think this is also a Faye story. Yes, so I knew what it was about when I bought it. I won't lie, it's been a minute. Then after that, I'm continuing with standalones to go into Babel. A friend of mine just read this and highly recommended it. I follow R.F. Kuang on social media, and from what I can see, R.F. Kuang's coming out with another book that looks really good. So but I haven't read anything by R.F. Kuang. The friend that recommended this also recommends The Poppy War. She has read that as well. So I feel like I'm gonna like this. And I wanted to do standalones before I got into series, because after that, I might read Beloved, because I heart banned books and I've had it for a minute, and it's come highly recommended by a different friend, and the friend that has highly recommended Beloved also got me to get the Raven Cycle. That is their favorite book, and I am hopefully going to jump into this after Beloved, and this will be the first series I get into after 3 standalones, because I was just kind of giving myself time to not get invested in a series while I have a lot of work this semester. It's kind of a very busy semester. I just didn't want to, I wanted to read some standalones, focus on standalones before I got into a series. And plus then I have to like get the rest of the series at least on Libby, or if not, actually purchasing it. But yeah, it sounds really good, and I'm really excited to mainly be reading fantasy again. I'm really excited for Beloved as well.
I'm trying a new hairstyle today. Please let me know what you think, unless it is mean. I think it looks better from this angle actually, but I dripped water on my socks in here, so I've just been reading today, also reading last night. I read some Emily Wilde's. I love Snowbell. I'm so curious about where the story's going to go. I have some theories, some worries, but I think I'll get into that when I've read it some more. I'm just worried they're gonna have to go back to Cambridge. I'm not necessarily worried, it's just like, if I got the chance to be a fairy queen, I'm gonna stay a fairy queen. I'm not gonna go back to the real world. But I don't know. I just, there's been little things that have made me wonder if that's gonna happen. Tomorrow has been really interesting. I do think I'm probably gonna finish that one first. I've been learning about video games and coding, programming. It's of course talked about the misogyny in not just like the programming world, but also in gaming itself, which obviously I appreciate. And I'm so tired that this is all over the place. But basically, my reading month has been a little bit slower. I did finish a book on Hoopla that was not good. It was like this merman and this marine biologist. And I finished it very fast, and I don't have anything to say about it because it wasn't good or memorable. I'm sorry. I can't even remember what it was called. Yeah, so I do think I'm probably going to end this vlog not having finished the other books I'm reading, because like I said, this allows me to vlog more. And just being so busy, it's gonna be hard to like finish a book per vlog, but I want to be able to upload more and share more. I kind of said that in the last video. And I'm definitely going to finish tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow in the next vlog because one, it's due back at the library, but two, I'm like halfway through it. And I'm also worried where this book is gonna go. I feel like something's gonna happen to one of the characters. And I don't know when I'll finish Emily Wilde's, not because I think it's like a particularly challenging read. It's not that long, but it's just that I read it before bed, and so sometimes I fall asleep reading it and like 2 pages in sometimes, so I'm reading it slower. But yeah, I am going to end this vlog here. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, like and subscribe for more reading bookish vlogs. They are grad school vlogs right now. And I hope to still have within the next few months like 1 or 2 scripted videos, but then definitely I'm going to get back to scripted videos eventually with vlogs mixed in too. So just like if you like me and the stuff I make, maybe like and subscribe please. Okay, bye.